What's good, TMG fam? It's your boy Ellen. I'm back with another reaction. How y'all feel? Welcome back to the channel. Salute. Listen, this video here, it's one of those videos that's kind of not scary, but one of those videos that are kind of eerie to me. You know what I mean? And the title of the video is Top 10 Dark Last Words from Celebrities. Like, I've always been a person that I don't know. I believe in the power of your words, right? And coming from a place of loving the hip hop world so much, I saw how Biggie Smalls' words were so powerful, which could have played in a part in his death. Like, I believe in that type of stuff. Tupac's words and, you know, certain things that he said, you know, the power of his words could bring that energy towards your way. Same for Biggie. A lot of these new artists that speak on death, the way they speak about death, I feel like it can bring that energy your way. So I've always tried to like shy away from that kind of talk. You know what I mean? That negative, death's around the corner, it's at my front door, I'm waiting on you, I'm already dead, I'm ready to die. Like, those type of words, I'm not really big on them type of phrases and saying stuff like that. You know what I mean? I just feel like I said, you attract that type of energy when you put that stuff out there like that, you know? And also, I'm the type of person that I don't really speak about death a whole lot. At all, really, when I think about it. Now that I think about it, yeah, it's not too much that I go around having conversations about death. No. And I know it's people in the comment section that'll be like, oh, well, you know, everybody gotta die. You know, it's 3 things guaranteed in this world. Death is one of them. You know what I mean? So, but I just never been the one type. So I've kind of stayed away from that type of stuff. So watching this video is going to be kind of cringy to me. But, you know, it'll also let people know, man, if you're not ready for that type of energy, don't invite that energy to your life. You get what I'm saying? Like, seriously, like, no joke. Don't invite that. Let's check this video out, man. We'll talk some more.
Being found dead at her North London home this afternoon, the 27-year-old.
And before we get into this, rest in peace to all these celebrities they're about to talk about. From Amy Winehouse to whoever else they talk about in this video. First and foremost, rest in peace. Rest in peace. Let's go.
Multiple award winner, but nonetheless a troubled character.
What goes through someone's mind as they are dying? Is it true that their life flashes before their eyes? Who knows? But some celebrities who have died have had some pretty dark last words. From Heath Ledger reassuring his sister he was going to be fine, to Steve Irwin panicking knowing he was dying. I'll be discussing that and more in today's video. This is a pretty dark list, so let's get right on into the video. Starting off this countdown, we have Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs is famous for co-founding Apple, of course. But sadly, in 2003, he was diagnosed with an unusual form of pancreatic cancer. On October 5th, 2011, almost exactly 8 years since he was first diagnosed, he lost his battle to cancer. According to his family, Steve's final words were, "Oh wow, oh wow, oh wow." He said it 3 times. Then he lost consciousness and died several hours later. They also said that he first looked at his sister Patty, then over to his children, and then to his partner, and then over their shoulders past them. And that's when he said, "Oh wow." So what was it that he saw over their shoulders? Was it the white light everyone talks about? In our 9th spot, we have Steve Irwin. But before I go any further, please make sure to give this video a big thumbs up because it really helps us out. Steve Irwin, otherwise known as the Crocodile Hunter, was known for getting up close and personal with dangerous creatures like crocodiles or venomous snakes. It seemed like nothing scared him. Sadly, on September 4th of 2006, while filming a documentary called Ocean's Deadliest, Steve got pierced by a stingray's barb. The barb went right through his chest, piercing his heart. Crew helped him onto the boat as he started to bleed to death. One of the crew members, Justin, tried to comfort Steve and said, "Think of your kid, Steve. Hang on, hang on, hang on." One of the crew members, Justin, tried to comfort Steve and said, "Think of your kid, Steve. Hang on, hang on, hang on." Steve just looked up at him and said, "I'm dying." And that was the last thing he said.
Just imagine that guy who was comforting him got to live with that the rest of his life. Every time he sees Steve's kids, he's got to think about those words the rest of his life. Man, I feel for him, bro. I feel for him. I feel for him. Sheesh. Now, let me double back to the beginning of the video. I totally was thinking this video was something else, but I still meant what I said at the beginning of the video, but I totally thought this was something else about people saying, like, you know what I mean? Stuff like that, but I took it wrong. But anyway, let's still keep going.
And at number 8, we have Frank Sinatra. Frank Sinatra was an American singer and actor that won a number of awards, like an Academy Award, 3 Golden Globes, multiple gold discs, and a Lifetime Achievement Grammy Award. But after being very ill for a number of months, he had a heart attack and died shortly after. His wife was by his side comforting him while this happened, and she revealed that his last words were, "I'm losing it." That's so sad and scary. Moving on to number 7, we have Frida Kahlo. Famous artist Frida Kahlo was said to be one of Mexico's greatest artists. She began painting mainly self-portraits after a bus accident that left her severely injured. From there, her artwork became well known, and they were exhibited in Paris and Mexico before her death. About a week after her 47th birthday, on July 13th, 1954, she passed away. Her last words were in her diary entry, and it read, "I hope exit is joyful, and I hope never to come back." Now, it's said that she passed away from a pulmonary embolism.
What? I hope exit is joyful, and I hope I never come back? Wow. She had to experience a lot. And let me make sure I got that right. Hold on.
Last words were in her diary entry, and it read, "I hope exit is joyful, and I hope never to come back."
Yeah, she had to have a rough time on Earth. You know what I mean? Because most of us don't think about that. We're never, I would imagine most people are never really ready to go. You know? You always feel like, probably feel like you have a lot of things that you never got a chance to accomplish, or certain things are incomplete, or things are undone. You just, yeah, like, I would imagine that's tough. She had to experience a very, very harsh life to have those last words, man. I pray her spirit is just, you know, in a better place, and she doesn't have to be in pain or suffer whatever she went through while here on earth. You know what I mean? Sheesh.
Now, it's said that she passed away from a pulmonary
Those words are piercing.
embolism, but others believe that she took her own life. At that point in her life, she did have a couple of failed attempts. This was because she had to have her right leg amputated below her knee from a gangrene infection, and that really affected her. It's really sad that her final words are basically saying how she wanted to die and then never come back. In our 6th spot, we have Paul Walker. Paul Walker was an actor known primarily for the series The Fast and the Furious. He passed away on November 30th, 2013 after attending a charity event.
Wow, that was 2013? That was 7 years? I didn't think it's been that long that Paul Walker has been gone from us, bro. Time is flying, man. Wow. 7 years? I would have said 5, but not 7. That's just, whew.
His last words were, "We'll be back in 5 minutes." This was said to Jim Torp, a man working at the event. But sadly, Paul never returned back. He got into a car that his friend was driving, and a little while later, they crashed into a concrete lamppost and 2 trees before it burst into flames, killing Walker and the driver instantly. We're now at our 5th and halfway mark with John Lennon, an amazingly talented singer and songwriter who was the founder and co-lead vocalist for the Beatles. On December December 8th, 1980, John Lennon was assassinated outside of his Manhattan apartment. The man that took his life was a fan that traveled all the way from Hawaii. Apparently he didn't like Lennon's lifestyle and how he was portraying himself to the press. On that night, he waited outside of Lennon's apartment and then shot him 4 times in the back. Lennon's last words were, "I'm shot, I'm shot." He repeated it twice.
Like, we shouldn't even call that person a fan. You're not a fan. If you were a fan, you're not gonna kill somebody like that. You're not a fan. In my eyes, like, man, he took his life. For what? That there pisses me off.
And that was the last thing he ever said. Rest in peace, John Lennon.
Yes.
Witnesses told police Lennon was shot near the door to his apartment building as he and Yoko Ono returned from a recording studio.
I saw John and Yoko get out of the limousine. They walked into the gate.
Moving on to number 4, we have Mozart. Mozart was a very well-known and talented composer. He got into music very early on in life and was extremely gifted. But on December 5th, 1791, he passed away at the age of 35. And of course, there's a bunch of
Young. So young, bro. 35.
theories as to how he died. Some say he was poisoned by his rival, but it's believed that he died from a disease that led to a severe fever, causing him to slip into a coma. But we still don't know what disease led to his death. Anyways, one of the last things he ever said was, "The taste of death is upon my lips. I feel something that is not of this earth." I mean, that's very artistic, but also it's sad because he knew that he was gonna pass away soon. And our third
I don't know if y'all heard me tell this before, but like, listen, when I used to be on the ambulance and I was going through school, EMT school, to become an EMTI, one of the things that my instructor told us was, when somebody tells you they're about to die in the back of an ambulance, believe them. Some kind of way they just know. They know. She said, and a lot of people will tell you that, bro. They know before anybody else, and they can speak it to you. Weirded me out. Weirded me out. So I was always alert, listening for that in the back of an ambulance. Now, does that change your treatment or how you comfort them and support them? No. You still continue to support them. You still continue to try to get them to hold on and fight. But just like he said just then, and it came true afterwards, it's the same way, bro. I'm telling you, it's so eerie.
spot we have Nostradamus. Nostradamus was a very famous man known for being a prophet. Apparently he could see into the future, and honestly a lot of his predictions have come true, so people believe that he was legit. Well, Nostradamus actually predicted the exact date of his death. On July 1st, 1566, he made sure to tell his priests all of his last predictions because he knew that the next day he was going to die. The priest ended the conversation saying, "Until tomorrow," and he replied with, "You will not find me alive at sunrise." He died that night. His last words to another person were, "Tomorrow I shall no longer be here." That's pretty freaky. In our second
No disrespect to Nostradamus or anybody like that, so don't let this come off disrespectful, but I'd be lying if I didn't sit here and say, that sounds like he kind of did something to himself. You know what I'm saying? That sounds more suicidal than a prophet knowing what's about to happen or something like that. You know what I mean? And maybe he did, and I could be completely wrong. I'm just telling you what it feels like hearing something like that. To me. You know what I mean? That just sounds more of suicide, to be able to predict the very moment that you're gonna meet your demise. Like, yeah.
second spot, we have Amy Winehouse, another super talented individual. Like, her voice is incredible. It sends shivers down my spine. But on July 23rd, 2011, Amy passed away from alcohol poisoning. The night before her death, Amy Winehouse met with her doctor and told her that after 3 weeks of being sober, she started drinking again because she was bored. The conversation ended with Winehouse saying, "I don't want to die. And that was one of the last things that she ever said. The next day, the bodyguard found her laying in the same position as she was a couple hours prior. He checked on her, and that's when he knew she was gone. Now, this one breaks my heart because she literally was so worried about dying, and then the very next day, the very thing that she feared happened. And in our number one spot, we have Heath Ledger. Heath Ledger was a
Heath Ledger. Batman. Not Batman, Joker. This was crazy, bro.
well-known Australian actor known for starring in movies such as 10 Things I Hate About You, Brokeback Mountain, and The Dark Knight. Sadly, on January 22nd, 2008, he passed away from an accidental prescription drug overdose. The night he died, he was on the phone with his sister who was worried about him. He told her that he was going to take sleeping pills on top of his prescription for a chest cold because he couldn't sleep, but she warned him not to. His last words were, Katie, look. It'll be fine, you know. I just need to get some sleep. Sadly, he never woke up. Ugh, that one just breaks my heart as well. This was such a depressing list, so let's move on to our comment shout out portion. I'll be shouting out comments from my video.
Yeah, man. Heath Ledger, hold on, let me make sure it's nothing up. Okay, they're just doing comment shout outs. But Heath Ledger, bro, like, after that stellar performance for The Dark Knight, like I just felt like he had so much more to give us. You know what I mean? So much more scenes and performances to give us, man, because he was gonna go through the roof after that performance, bro. Like straight through the roof after that. I could still watch The Dark Knight to this day and be moved by that performance that he put on as a Joker. Not too many movies you can go back and say that about people, man, who really embody the character. Like, brought that character to life like Heath Ledger did. I didn't know anything about him before that. None of his previous work I was familiar with. I got introduced to him through The Dark Knight, and I was blown away, bro. His vocal tone that he used for the character, the movement, mannerisms, every different aspect of that character, bro. Like, if I ever got into acting one day, bro, that would be like a bar set. It would be set at, you know what I mean, trying to bring a character to life like that. So, again, y'all, rest in peace. Rest in peace to everybody in this video, man. Gone but not forgotten. Top 10 dark last words from celebrities, man. Even though in the beginning I thought they were inviting death to them, but this is not completely what it was. So that should let you know, man, my reactions are real, bro. My reactions are real. So you ain't ever got to worry about me faking nothing. You know what I mean? I'm not watching the video then coming to react to it after I don't watch it. No, I don't do that. You know what I mean? So y'all get at me in the comment section though, man. Let me know what y'all think. Leave a like, share the video, subscribe, and stick around and stay tuned to the next reaction. I'm out. Peace. Y'all stay solid. Hey.